Everyone, I'm Lalita Singh and you are going to study science with me in class 8. Today we are going to discuss our 13th chapter that is called sound. This is our very first video on this chapter. In this chapter, we will learn how sound is produced, how sound propagate, how human produce sound, speed of sound, human ear, characteristic of sound, measurement of sound, music and noise pollution. Okay. Now, while closing your eyes, you can hear lots of kind of sound like someone is talking, like vehicle is moving, okay, fan is moving, maybe door getting open. These all sound can reach to your ear. You feel them. Okay, sound is a kind of energy which stimulate your ears and make it easy to perceive. Okay, sound is a kind of energy which act as a stimulus and is perceived by ears. Ears are the organ which perceive the sound wave so that we are able to understand what kind of voices are there. Okay, now the question arises, how sound is produced? Basically, whenever there is a sound, always there will be a vibration. Okay, sound is produced through vibration. This can be proved by this activity number 1. Okay, in this activity, you have to take a wooden board with fixed 2 iron nails. These 2 iron nails are tied together with the help of a copper wire. Okay, and you are supposed to pull the string of the wire. You can also observe that when the wire is moving, there is vibration in the wire. Okay, when you are going to stretch the wire from the middle to the one side, it will create a noise. It will create a kind of sound. Understood? Now, in the second activity, you can see we have taken a bowl, metallic bowl or ceramic bowl, whichever you prefer. It is filled with water. Okay, and when you are going to hit with the spoon, you will see that there is a formation of wave inside water, which is starting from the outer surface and coming in the central position. Okay, why this vibration has been created? How it is created? Because we have hit the surface of bowl, the vibration has been created which create a wave-like movement in water. Means when sound is created, there is always a vibration. Okay. Now in third activity, to feel vibration. To perform this activity, we need to place our hand in front of the speaker of the TV. Okay, while the TV is working, you can still feel the waves of sound with the help of your hand. Okay, while the tone of music is going up or beat of the music is going down, you can still feel the music with the help of your hand. These few evidence tell us that sound is produced due to vibration. These vibration make the air around vibrate and the air vibration enter into the air. We hear them as a sound by perceiving these vibration. Okay, vibration cannot be seen every time we make a sound. It is not possible to see the vibration, but there are some part of the substance which always vibrate to produce sound. Okay, we hear enormous variety of sound in our surrounding like chirping birds, sound of working fan, cooler, AC, running vehicle, etc. These are some example of sound. Okay, in all these examples, there is something or the other thing that vibrate to produce sound. So on the basis of the part in which the vibration is created to produce sound, the musical instrument can be of the following type. The first musical instrument that we are going to discuss is string instrument. As the name suggests, string. String means those instruments which is having string attached to them. vibration of string is creating the music over here, like guitar, like violin, sitar, sarangi, and ektara. These all musical instrument are having a common thing, that is wire. Okay, that is wire present or string present over here, and vibration of those string create a different kind of sound. Understood? This vibration or the sound coming from this musical instrument is controlled by controlling the thickness and tightness of the string which is attached to the musical instrument. Next is activity number 4. In this activity, we will understand how we are going to make an ektara with the help of a coconut or a small earthen pot. For this activity, to make this ektara, we need a coconut shell or earthen pot. Then we have to cover its mouth with a paper of sheet and glue it properly. Then we have to let it dry. Now, carefully, we will make a hole in the back side of the earthen pot or the coconut shell. Okay, and we will insert a wooden stick into them. Finally, we will tie a metal string across the length of the stick. Now our ektara is ready to play some music, right? Next is percussion instrument. Percussion instrument like bass drum, dholak, tabla, bongo, congo. Okay, these are the instrument which are known as percussion instrument. If you will look carefully, these all are having certain similarity with each other. No doubt they are different in shape, but they are all having a hollow space inside it, and the upper surface of these instruments are having a stretched skin which is beaten with the stick to make a vibration to create sound. The vibrating stretched skin in turn vibrate the air present inside the instrument and produce a louder sound. Beat can be controlled by tightness of skin. Okay, tightness of skin is used to control the type of sound created by the musical instrument. You can see that these all instruments are having different kind of shape. This shape is also responsible for the vibration of the molecule. Actually, when we hit the stretched skin, what happened? The air present in this musical instrument also vibrate. Clear? This, because of this vibration, the sound is created. Next is activity 5. In activity 5, we will learn how to make jal tarang. To make jal tarang, we need 6 to 8 ceramic or metallic bowl. We will fill them with water up to different level. The level should be increased or decrease gradually from one end to other end. Now, strike them one by one with the help of pencil or wooden stick in succession. This will produce a musical sound. As this sound is created by creating waves in water, the instrument is called jal tarang. Now, next is wind instrument. You can see the picture of trumpet, shehnai, flute or bugle. These all are the instrument in which sound is created by vibration in wind column present in the instrument. When we blew these instrument with the help of mouthpiece, a vibration is caused inside the air column present in the musical instrument. The structure of these instruments are such that the blown air vibrate to produce different kind of sound. You can see the air column in this trumpet is different from shehnai and it is different from flute as well. So we need to maintain the shape of the instrument to create a proper sound. Okay, next is keyboard instrument. In this keyboard instrument, you can see that over here we are having keys in this instrument. These keys are specific to produce a specific sound. Okay. Now, under each keys, a hole of specific shape and size is present, which is covered by thin metallic strip. This metallic strip vibrates when the key is pressed and produce a particular type of sound. The different size of metal strip vibrate to create different type of sound. Okay, harmonium and piano is the keyboard instrument. Now next is electrical instrument. Electrical instrument like synthesizer has become one of the most popular instrument nowadays because it produces a huge variety of sound. Different sound is created by this instrument with the help of different electronic circuit behind them. Means each keys are connected with the open circuit. When we are going to press them down, we are making or converting the open circuit into a closed one, and once the circuit is closed, the electricity flow through them and it will create sound. Okay, next is activity number 6. In this activity, you have to make a list of musical instrument along with the part of vibration of the musical instrument. Which part of the musical instrument vibrate? For example, over here one musical instrument is given over here like flute. Okay, what is the vibrating part over here? It is air column. In this way, you will write several other example. For example, dholak. What is the vibrating part of dholak? It is stretched skin. Okay, so you will make a list like this of musical instrument and the vibrating part of the musical instrument. Now organology is academic study of musical instrument. A whistle is a wind instrument. You may have seen certain traffic police while blowing the whistle. Okay, whistle is what? A wind instrument. Some instrument may be having combination of more than one type of musical instrument. For example, banjo is a combination of string and keyboard instrument. Okay, now next is how human produce sound. Human produce sound with the help of vocal cord, which is present at the top of the windpipe. You can see over here. At the top of this windpipe, this instrument is present in the throat region of every person, which create the sound. You can see in the center over here two band-like structure, which is called vocal cord. The vibration of these vocal cord are creating sound. The sound producing organ of our body is called larynx, and which is present at the top of the windpipe. Okay, inside this vocal box there are two ligaments called vocal cord. When we blow the air out from the windpipe, okay, these cord get vibrate, and in this way it will create a sound. The muscle attaching to the vocal cord can make them loose or tight, called changing the tension in the vocal cord. The tension on the vocal cord can change to produce a higher or lower pitch sound. The sound is further modulated by air chamber present in mouth and nose. We twist the tongue to change the air column length in the mouth. Okay, the size of outer chamber is adjusted by the position of lips and tongue, or by opening and closing of mouth. The volume of the sound is produced by human is controlled by increasing or decreasing the amount of air passing through the vocal system that come from lung. You may have noticed that when you speak a little bit louder, you feel tension in the vocal area because you are forcing the air out. Okay, but if you are speaking in a slower manner, you will not feel that type of tension in your throat or in your vocal area. Why? Because at that time you are letting the air pass in easy manner. Okay, the vocal cord constriction causes the vocal cord to shrink. The muscle attached to the vocal cord control the stretching of the vocal cord and deflation of vocal cord as well. Okay, so see different shapes of vocal cord, which is caused due to the contraction and relaxation of muscles. Over here, The vocal cord not only move in sidewise direction, but they are also sliding in upward and downward direction. They may get shrink, they may get relaxed. Okay, they may get contract and they may get relaxed on the basis of movement of muscle attached to the vocal cord. Okay, the vocal cord of men are longer in comparison to women and children, so their voices are different. Basically, the voice of a woman may match to a toddler or a young boy or girl. Without knowing the gender of the child, you cannot recognize them through the help with the help of their voice, because at that time during childhood the vocal cord is similar in both of the cases, both in boys and in girls. But as they grow, they passes through adolescence. Okay, the vocal cord of male get enlarged. Due to that, the Adam apple appear. But in case of female, it enlarged, but not up to that extent that it may form a Adam apple. Okay, so the vocal cord of a child or and a female is smaller in comparison to the male. That is why the male voice is kind of heavy or husky, whereas a female voice is high pitched sound. Okay, female voice is little bit shrill. Okay, next is activity 8. Okay, in activity 8, a child is trying to make you understand that how vocal cord work. Okay, for this activity we need a chart paper, a pair of scissors. Now take the chart paper and cut a pair of identical strip of size 3 cm into 15 cm and keep them overlapping over each other like this. What you have to do is to put that both of the strip in both of your hand like this, and you have to blow in between the strip. You will find out that there is a production of sound by the movement of these strip. In the same manner, our vocal cord also produces sound. Okay, next is propagation of sound. Sound propagation need medium. Means without medium, sound cannot travel, because sound is produced through vibration of particle. The particle is needed to vibrate. Until and unless the particle is not going to vibrate, there will be no production of sound. Okay, that is why sound need a medium to travel. It can be solid, it can be liquid, or it can be in gaseous state. Understood? Sound can propagate in all of the 3 states, but what it actually need to travel from one place to another is material medium, so that it can vibrate to propagate from one place to another. Just see here, solid, liquid and gaseous. All the state can be seen on the screen. Okay, in solid case, the molecules are kept together in a very close manner. Okay, they are kept in very close manner. Okay, whereas in liquid you can see little bit space between the particle, whereas in gases you can clearly see the spacing between the molecule is quite high. Okay, so when these particle vibrate, what do you think? Which particle will allow the other particle to move very rapidly? In which of the case it can be happen? Of course, it is solid, because solid particles are kept in a very close area. They are not having any kind of distance. So one particle which is vibrating through the source, they will pass the energy directly to the next one without any gap, without any delay. Whereas in case of liquid, as there is a little bit spacing between the particle, they will take time, whereas in gaseous they are quite far away from one another. Okay, so vibration of a one particle is going to pass on to the second particle, but in this process will not continue for a very long distance, because the particles are kind of very far away from each other. This can be easily understand by example where lots of cards are kept in a line. When you push one card, all the card will started to fall down until the last. Okay, in the same manner, when you are creating a vibration in one particle, in case of solid, the vibration is going to get passed to the particle which is present in the last as well. Okay, but if we are talking about gases, the particles are the cards are kept at a very far distance from one another. Even if we are pushing the one card, may be possible that the second card will fall, but until last it cannot be travel. Okay, for example, if you are standing in a queue right now in the period of corona, okay, if you will push a person from the back side, they will not affect the third or fourth person. Okay, why? Because they will become stable until then. Okay, next is activity 9, which is showing you that sound travel through a medium only. Okay, to perform this activity, what we need is we need a small plastic jar with airtight lid and a big piston, molding clay and mobile phone. Okay, we will take a dry empty transparent plastic jar having an airtight lid. Remove the lid from the jar and take the piston. Carefully make a hole just to fit the nozzle on and close the piston in the lid. Okay, make the fitting airtight using clay. Now put a mobile phone playing mild music into the jar. Place the lid on the mouth and take care of the fitting of the piston does not get disturbed. Okay, now you have to pull the air out with the help of piston from the jar. Okay, you will notice that as you are pulling the air out from the jar, the ringing sound of the mobile is getting slower and slower. Ultimately, when you have pulled all the air from the jar, it will stop ringing. Okay, you will stop hearing the sound of ringing. It does not mean that the phone has stopped to ring. Okay, it only means the phone is still ringing, but you are unable to hear the sound, because when you have pushed the piston again into the jar, means you have pushed the air into the jar, what will happen? You will clearly hear the sound again. Okay, is activity 10, which help you to understand that sound wave travel through the water as well. For this, we need to have a bucket full of water and a bunch of keys. There should be 3 to 4 keys in the key ring. Okay, now take a bucket full of water and sit in such a position that you can bend your hair almost to touch the water level in the bucket. Okay, now hold the key bunch in your hand and take it inside the water to make it jingle in the water, but make sure to not to touch the surface of bucket. Okay, neither the bottom of the bucket, neither the side, not the side wall of the bucket. Now bend your head so that you can place your one ear inside the bucket to hear what is happening over there. Okay, now when you have placed your ear, you will be able to clearly hear the sound. It means the sound wave can travel through the liquid as well. Now next activity is activity number 11, which is showing you that sound can travel through solid as well. Okay, now for this activity you need to have a table or a bench. Okay, just put your head like this and scratch with with the help of your finger. You will clearly hear the sound of scratching through the bench, even though the sound is very minute, but you will clearly hear the sound. Why? Because sound can travel faster in case of solid, and it can also travel to the longer distance in case of solid. That is why when the train is yet to come, you can hear the sound of the running train through by putting your ears on the railway track. Clear? Making use of property of sound to travel through a solid. Okay, let us make a toy telephone at our own. Okay, now for this toy telephone we need to have two empty cups. Okay, we need to have 2 empty cups, a thick cotton thread and a safety pin. Now what we will do, we will take the 2 cups with a long thick cotton thread. We will prick at the base of the cup with the safety pin and make a small hole through them. Okay, pass one end of the thread through one of the hole in each of the cup and put the both of the end into a knot. so that it cannot escape through the cup. Okay, now the thread does not leave the cup. The telephone is ready to use. Now hold one end in your hand and pass the other end to your friend. Okay, and you can speak while holding the one end of the cup. You can clearly see that your friend is able to hear the sound. What you are speaking, they will clearly hear and understand. Understood? Now, these activity successfully describe that sound cannot travel in vacuum. It can travel through all the three states like gas, liquid, okay, and solid. Since gas, liquid, and solid are made up of particles of different material, they are called material medium. It is important to know that a sound speed is different in different state of matter, means it is faster in case of solid, whereas it is slower in case of gaseous medium. Clear? Next is speed of sound. Okay, in given time, the distance traveled by the sound wave propagation through a medium is called speed of sound. It is expressed in meter per second. Okay, the formula of speed is equal to distance by time. Means if the speed is given and time is given, you can calculate the distance. If distance and speed is given, you can calculate the time to be taken to travel the particular distance. Okay, the speed of sound in air under normal condition is approximately 340 meter per second. The faster the sound wave travel, the more distance they cover in the same time period, whereas the slower the sound, they will travel a less distance. Okay, this is the formula of speed. Speed means what is the distance you travel per unit time. Okay, speed is equal to distance by time. By using this formula, you will be able to calculate the speed of sound. Understood? Next is human ear. It will be studied by us in our next video. Until then, have a nice day, everyone.